Right, it looks as if the meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Nearly.
Nearly. Okay.
There's a little notice come up, Andy, that says it is. Are you still in the Isle of Man, Jackie?
I am. Yes.
Oh, lovely.
It was.
Did you get the storm last night?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it was a bit biblical, wasn't it?
It was. Okay, everybody. It's 7 o'clock, so we'll start the finance meeting for Hayfield Parish Council. To receive apologies for absence.
None given.
Okay. Variation of order of business.
No,
I think we're happy as it
fine with
is.
Yeah.
Declaration of members' interests.
No.
None. Minutes. To confirm the minutes of the Finance Committee meeting of the 20th of May. Is everybody?
I'll propose those.
Okay.
I'll second them.
All in favour, including me? Yeah.
Oh, here's Martin. We've started, Martin, I'm sorry.
Oh, good evening, Martin. We've got as far as item 4 on the agenda, the minutes, confirming the minutes of the last meeting. Okay.
You need to unmute yourself, Martin. Martin,
Yeah.
you're muted. That's it. Thank you.
Right.
So it's labelled item number 6. We don't have a 5.
Sorry.
Updates, bank accounts. You had something to tell us about the bank accounts.
Yeah, the biggest update was, as per the last request, I've attempted today to withdraw the remaining funds that were in the Santander account and put them into the Unity Trust accounts. In terms of the bank accounts, as of the 31st of May, it's as shown on the financial report I gave you, that the Santander on the 31st of May had £134 and a penny in. The Unity Trust current, £52,180.38, and the Unity Trust instant, £16.96, giving our grand total of £119,331.35. But the main bit on the bank account was that we're going for closure on Santander. If that transfer is allowed, then 2 signatories, I suspect, will have to phone and formally request the closure of both accounts.
Right.
I'll do it if you want, Andy, for one.
And was Tony volunteer?
No, I'm not a signature there.
Okay.
I am.
I don't know if I'm a signatory or not. So
Probably
I'll
not.
do it if I am.
Not on that one, Kath.
I think it'll have to be Dave or Lisa, won't it?
Or Martin.
Jackie, Martin, I think.
Yeah.
I was.
And Eva, yes.
So
I'll
that's
come and
4.
do it.
Yeah.
So really, we've got to see if they'll accept the transfer. It's not like Unity Trust. You almost apply for it and it goes into a pending queue. I'll know tomorrow if it's worked.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just ask a question, which I think I've asked before, and I'm apologies in advance, I can't remember the answer. But we've got Unity Trust current account 52,000 and 67,000 in the instant. Now, the limit for the government guarantee is 80,000 per account. Is that 80,000 for each of these accounts that we're
No.
No, I asked the question before of the various agencies, and they said it was strange that the smaller parish councils were the ones who raised the questions, who were at least risk with the smallest amount of money, and yet the larger councils didn't, and it was the larger councils that should spread their money around. I think we only have, it is considered the one bank and it's the one investment.
Right. Should we be thinking of moving 16,000 out or something?
Just as an observation, would we want to put 60,000 back into Santander?
No, because we're in breach of our finance regulations by having any money in that account. Because I can empty it at the drop of a digit. That's the reason for closing Santander.
Oh, there wasn't sufficiently tight controls.
No.
Okay.
Have to look for another account. We would be, how can I put it? We would be unusual to and you're quite right, Tony. Yes, we would be unusual taking that level of care for such a small parish council. Oh, that's Santander if they've improved their two-step.
Well,
Your decision.
perhaps
And easily
perhaps it's something for after the summer that we should perhaps look at.
It would be the simplest way of doing it.
Yeah.
Would be to split money between the two banks that we're already involved in.
Yeah.
But,
so I will explore whether the security within Santander's business online now matches the current finance regulations.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can always have a whip round if Unity Bank goes under, can't we?
Okay.
As long as I'm holding the whip, I don't mind.
Financial reports.
I'll flash it up on the screen and then just talk through it. There's not a lot to say really. Where are we? There it goes. That's the wrong one. Great. Hang on a second.
1st to 31st of May.
Yeah, you can see that the first page, column on the left were the sum totals, the budget for the year versus expenditure to date. As we said last month, not a lot to say at the moment. Certainly next month, when we're 1 quarter in, I'll be looking at a projection for yourselves.
Right.
The bit on the right, the important bit, the bank reconciliation, you'll see we balance at 119,331.35, both on the cash book and on the 3 bank accounts. And you'll see the receipts in the middle. We received nothing in May. We spent just over 3,500 and paid just under £21 worth of VAT, giving us that balance of 119,331.35. I did ask Councillor Jones just to do a quick check for me whether I'd missed anything this time round, because it's always nice to have a second pair of eyes. Are you there, Martin?
Yeah, I'm there. I've not seen anything.
And he made a very, very good observation in the last meeting, which was the budget itself. You know, we've had some. We can see now where we had to make decent estimates. We can actually make accurate budgets now on certain items, and I think I'll be bringing them to you. Or sorry, for the full council in July to say I've adjusted the pre-audit budget to take into account actual facts, but after the events of the last week, I'm not quite in that position. So that's my report, and it's for any questions and for yourselves to note.
Can I just check the dates at the top?
These are the report in its entirety is to do with the month of May.
Right.
So these are the transactions in May. So what you're looking at here is the reconciliation of the 31st of May.
Right.
What I did last year was it wasn't best ever accounting wise, is I'd report to you on the day I was writing the agenda. And you'll find it easier, as does the auditor, if I divide things into that's May, that's June, that's July.
Yeah.
So obviously the next meeting you'll already payments authorised at the June Parish Council meeting have gone out, but I'll be reporting on them to you in the July finance meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll stop sharing that.
Where am I? Oh, okay. We've reached the accounts for payment part of the meeting. To authorise payment of the accounts as shown below.
If I've emailed you the actual invoices, so you've all cited on them. But if I go through them, and again, I'll look to share the screen.
Okay.
Put the right one up now. Oh, I seem to have lost it. Just a second. Apologies for a second. It's around here somewhere. Just 2 secs, it'll be there.
I'm the thunder.
Yeah. there's the payments checklist. 714, 715 and 716 are wages and PAYE, so that's contractual. 717 and 718 are the 2 contracted gardeners. As you would expect this time of year, they're both heavy, because the hanging baskets have had to get up, and a lot of work from Chris doing the troughs, etc. And Graham just doesn't stop. So we're in high growth season and high expense from the gardeners. Looking back to last year, that doesn't faze me at all. The Information Commissioner at 719, that's a legal obligation to maintain our register there. We have personal data and the data controller. That's the least amount you have to pay. That payment will have to be by cheque, and you're quite right, Chair. When you see that next time, it will be against a cheque number. When I've written the cheque, what I'm seeking today is the authority to write the cheque and then seek signatures.
Yeah.
DG Ross, you'd normally expect that net value to be literally a penny under £1,000 for the summer plants, but as we've described, we've had an awful lot of trouble sourcing them. So we've come in at 483. There's additional costs, you'll remember from previous meetings, as Mr. Wild sourced elsewhere. He may well have come under the 1,000, but we did authorise an extra 300 just in case. And lastly, Community Heartbeat. This is going back to the original defibrillators, and I've checked, and we do have this 4-year maintenance contract, which unfortunately, well, net pay is 135. It's a contractual obligation. So none of these payments are so much as a new resolution as they're contracts that we already have.
Right.
I'm a check against the invoices as well.
You will be. Oh, you've seen the invoices. Sorry, yes, Martin.
Yeah.
So yes, Councillor, have you actually done the physical check, Martin, to make sure I've got those figures right?
Yes.
So whoever makes the payments tonight can rely on that checklist. Is that what you're telling me, Councillor?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we might have all checked it, actually.
Oh, good.
So are we happy to authorize the payments?
Yes, I'll
Yes.
propose them.
I'll
Okay.
second them.
All in favour?
All in favour?
Sure. I'll stop sharing.
Mm.
The screen back.
Oh, that's good.
Um,
We've got no short notice expenditure.
No, nothing's come through the last minute. I was hanging on for the car and garden maintenance, but I knew we were paying that, so I showed it as a TBC up till I received it. They knew it was coming.
And it just remains for us to decide the date of our next meeting.
15th of July, Wednesday.
Yep.
And could I ask the actual physical authorising, the actual physical using of the bank account, which 2 councillors will do that post-meeting? Councillor
I'll do it.
Wilson?
I'll do it,
No, you
Andy.
can't, Eva, you can't. It's on the computer. You're not on yet.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so
I'll do it.
Catherine, Councillor Hughes,
Yeah.
Councillor Wilson, thank you.
Okay. Right. End of meeting.
Oh,
All right.
that was,
Well, that was
Sorry,
short
I'm-
and sweet.
it was,
Okay.
yes. You could
Just
get
stop
it, leave
screen.
it back to your wife.